Well, learning how our government works and how the three branches of government work is really essential to understanding the whole process. We have three distinct branches of government in this country: the legislative, the executive, and the judicial.
There are three branches of government. The federal courts, of course, are part of the judicial branch. Then there's the executive branch, which is the president and the cabinet and all of those various executive agencies. And then, of course, there's the legislative branch, which in the federal system is Congress, the Senate and the House, elected officials.
And then we also have the first 10 amendments to the Constitution, which you all probably know is the Bill of Rights, which sets out the freedoms that we all have, such as freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom to peaceably meet together. And it's important that we all understand those rights so we know what our rights are and so that we respect the rights of others in our community.
To become a judge, you first, of course, have to go to law school. So you have to have an undergraduate degree, then go to law school, and then be a lawyer for a while. You don't generally get to go right out of law school into becoming a judge. You work as a lawyer, develop a reputation as a lawyer, and then generally somebody will approach you and ask you, have you considered becoming a judge? Have you considered making it known to the people that appoint judges, like the governor or the president? In the case of federal judges, they are generally looking for someone who has a wide breadth of experience in the law and has shown an ability to calmly review the facts of the case.
States are equal sovereign entities to the federal government. And so the vast majority of cases are heard in state court, and very limited cases should be heard in federal courts. And that's what's envisioned in our United States Constitution, that most powers are reserved for the states. And so I describe it this way. If you go to a state court, they're really nice. They're there with their arms open wide. Welcome, come in. We'd love to hear your case. And in federal court, we're standing at the front door and say, stop, you can't come in. You have to prove to us why you have a specific type of case that can be heard in federal court.
The greatest thing in the judicial branch that we could have is the United States Supreme Court having the final word. Because at some point, you gotta stop. I mean, it takes a long time to get there. And I think it's great that the United States Supreme Court weighs in on cases that are utmost importance for the good of the order. Not just for one thing that happens. It's an issue that affects the whole country, so that there could be some uniformity in how situations are decided, which brings me to federalism.
Well, by federalism, we mean that we have different levels of government. And so I currently work in the national level, the federal level, Washington, D.C. And so our involvement is trying to pass laws to make our country a good place to live. And then the states. We have 50 states in this country who also have that capability of legislating and having an executive branch and a judiciary, just like we do at the federal level. And the purpose there is to take those things that are not national in scope, that the federal government doesn't have to deal with, shouldn't deal with in many instances, and allow states to make those decisions themselves. States are closer to the people that live there. Washington, D.C. is further away. And this means that people in Kansas, for example, will have a greater opportunity to influence those decisions. So most of the decisions that would be better decided, the more decisions we can make closer to home, the better. It also allows states to innovate, to think of things that you can try in Kansas and see how it works, and that other states may then want to do. So federalism is a significant component of the way we are governed, and it increases innovation, it makes government closer to the people, and it also gives us the chance to make sure that if we get something wrong, it can be more easily corrected. It's a very valuable tool, and the framers of our Constitution were very wise in creating this system of government.